Nichols sent an attachment. What do we got here?
His favorite coffee cup.
Yeah, right. Nope, it's something good. What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It is February the 11th, 2026. It's 8:30 on the East Coast. It's 7:30 in Katy, Texas. It's 6:30 in Phoenix, Arizona. It's your boy Goo. To my left, Mr. Mark Deeds Klodzinski. And the man below is the man of the hour. You all know him. You all love him. You all check his stuff all the time on WCR Nation. The man, Jersey Josh Cronin. What is up, Jersey? Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad that I win the time thing. It's like late enough. So yeah. I like that. You don't want to talk to me at 6:30 in the morning. I'm not even going to remember what I say, much less make sense saying it. So,
you know, what's funny is, so yesterday, I was actually, you know how this works. You do a recording or whatever, and you have multiple conversations throughout the day. You feed your stuff to the AI spits it back out, you know what I mean? And then it comes out onto your Facebook feed. So yesterday I'm rewatching like a clip that is posted out of a conversation that Mark and I are having. And my wife hears me listening and watching it. And she's like, "Are you seriously listening and watching to yourself? You were there, you lived it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I lived it. I kind of remember what I was saying, but it's different when the AI spits it out, because then it like zooms in on images and it does all this funny stuff." So, and I'm also not the one who's putting out the content. So I don't know. I mean, oh shoot, you there?
What is it? Yeah, we're there.
Sorry about that. So the AI content gets put out, and so I rewatch it because I don't know like which.
Oh, there he popped out. See, he starts talking shit about AI, and that's what happens. I was just
gonna say, your robot overlords have taken it. Dude, this is funny kind of because I'm just how I talk, but when I talk to like AI and I need something from ChatGPT, like researching something, I'm like, "Hey, could you please look at," and I'm always really nice. And it's kind of funny because, you know, when they take over the world, they'll be like, "You were the nice guy," but really it's just,
you said please to us. Allow him to keep his testicles.
You never took us for granted. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll happen, man. It'll happen, but hopefully just not as,
Well, it's as soon as they can get the robots up and rolling. Boston Dynamics has got those dog things. I don't know what scares me worse, the things that can do backflips or the dogs. You know?
Did you see what Tesla's got now, those robots that they're like changing everything to?
Yeah, it scares me.
Those things are going to be so awesome, though. I'm never going to have to do laundry again. And like my wife would be like, "Hey, could you fold the clothes?" And it'll just throw some robot will jump up and start doing it.
Come on, Jeeves.
I'm great. I'm ready for our robot overlords to come.
Are you going to be one of the first to get in on getting the robots, or are you going to wait and let everybody try them out first to find out how good or how bad they are?
What the murder rate is? Yeah, I'm going to wait for that first. I'm going to see if when you're like, "Hey, could you fold the laundry?" And it goes, "I will fold the children," and it kills your kids or something. Like, I'm going to wait for that. I'm going to wait for the bugs to get worked out before I get one.
Smart play. That's why you're the genius.
Yeah.
So this convention coming up, I know it's a big deal. I know everybody's coming out. I know you're going to be there. Who's all coming, and what are you most looking forward to?
Man, so we had, what was it, 2 years ago, IWCA, I think it was. We just called it like the party year, because like everybody just came out for like the casual, like people are like, "I'm not doing classes," but you got to hang out with everybody. It was like the greatest year ever. And it's going to kind of be that again, but at IWCA. So we have 12 badges. So badges for us is like how many people are in your booth, right?
Yeah.
So we have to badge people in order for them to be able to come in. So we only badge like certain people that will be in the booth, but it's not a ticket. It's just a badge. And we have 12 people. So we have me, Steve, Austin's going to be there. We have Zane. Mike Nichols is going to be in our booth. Mark Tanner is going to be there. Chris is there. Alex is there. Hunter, who's our pole engineer, is going to be there. He's going to be there. We have producer. Not Tiana's not going to be there. She was supposed to be there, but she's not going to be. What's that?
Justice
is going to be there. Yes. Yeah. So I'm probably up to 10 now. I think I'm missing one or two.
Sean Hart.
Yes, Sean's gonna be there and TJ's gonna be there. Those are the other two.
Woo-hoo! You
Yeah,
saved the
look at
best for last, bro. I was trying to test you and see what you got.
Dude, I just had to get reminded. But yeah, so on the back end of this, like Alex does a lot of that too, but like on the back end for like, tickets and stuff we have to do. So I know the people that are going, but then when you put them all together, it's like, oh, I forget everybody's gonna be there. So
yeah, it is going to be a hoot. I talked with Sean the other day. I know that he's always got good stuff going on. I'm really excited to see what he brings to the table when it comes to Fund Zero stuff. I did a little text with TJ yesterday. It sounds like he's excited.
yeah.
I can't wait, man. Like, this is going to be a fun trip.
Listen,
and it sounds like everybody's going.
I still think TJ should fly, but he doesn't fly.
Yeah.
He's like big, tough TJ, but he's scared of flying. Like, come on. I mean, so he's going to drive. So he probably left like last week. He'll be there someday, when he gets there, but I'm going to get him to fly one of these days.
That'll be hilarious. When are you flying out?
I get in Tuesday. So I get in the morning of Tuesday. I got a meeting there the first night. So we just get in a little bit early, but yeah, show setup for us is Wednesday. Everybody, all hands on deck, kind of put stuff together. And then the first break we kind of have is like Wednesday afternoon usually. So then we kind of get to start, hanging out and doing the whole networking thing. So that's always kind of cool too. So
yeah, Mark and I land. You land what, 10, like 8:30, 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning, Deeds?
Yeah, early.
Yeah, and I get there about 10:30 or so.
nice.
Our guy Squeegee Tom is cruising down the coast, kind of like what I did. He's going to be making some pit stops. Hopefully, meets us at the airport, and if not, then we'll just Uber on over, and we'll be ready to hang out and get together. I know Wednesday is kind of like the opening day. You guys are doing a bunch of setup and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that's when we kind of put our booth together, and we have to check. We had one year where our crate, which is like their skid, was gone. They just didn't deliver it, and they left it in one of the semis. So we had to go like rush hour traffic to Atlanta and go through all of their semi like empty beds to see. We finally found it, and the guy was like, "Dude, I'm union. I can't touch that thing." So we had to like rip it off all a piece, put it into a minivan. So anyway, we need to like make sure all of our stuff is there because we have 3 booths this year. We have a 20x20 for WCR, 20x20 for Zero, and a 10x20 for Sorbo. So it's like we got a lot of stuff. And the swag this year is more swag than we've done at every conference we've ever been at combined.
Dude, you
Full
just got
swag.
me. Yeah, you just got me so hyped. Like, I cannot wait to see what is going on with all of the different swag, the new Sorbo handle. I have visions in my head of what to expect.
It's the coolest handle that has come out yet.
Nice.
I didn't say that, though. I'm not supposed to say anything, so I'm going
to let you say that. I'm going to let you say that.
I'm just guessing. No, but it's actually funny. So we end up when people don't know how expensive shows are for us anyway, right?
Yeah.
To send a crate, like they are charging us like almost $10,000 to move the crates. Like that's how much stuff we brought, right? So yeah, we have more stuff to give away than we brought for our actual booth, I think.
That is amazing.
Nice.
And that's also one of the fun things about the show too, and about just the whole gathering of the people and the friends and in the community. And I remember the first one I went to, I felt horrible. Like, hey, may I please have one? Like, I'm like, do you think it'd be okay if I can get one of these shirts? There's like fucking 4 boxes, 6 boxes, all the same size, but I didn't want to be like a mooch and just trying to get free shit. But that's kind of what people go for, right?
Good. It's fine. So when we bring usually we'll have 25 hats to an event that there's 1,500 people. So everybody doesn't get a hat, but we're like, you're a good customer. Like, let me hook you up with a hat. And then people come in and steal everything. And then it's like, well, that doesn't make sense. Like one person doesn't need 25 hats. And that's what happened to one year. Like, this one is like, just grab one of the things and don't take all of them. And then everybody gets them. It's kind of, that part, but it's also hard to go to shows. You want free
Share the wealth, boys and girls. Share the wealth.
Yeah.
Speaking of boys and girls, let's talk about a couple of our friends that are in the building. Damien, Mike, Craig Hensel, our friend, Sam, our buddy from Sam in North Carolina. What city is he in? Winston-Salem.
Yep.
Yeah. What's his Shield? I can't remember his name. Shield and
Shield
Shine.
and Shine.
Shield and Shine.
And Shine. Shield and Shine. Yeah, I think
Shield
so.
and Shine.
Yes. Yeah.
So he's like what, an hour and a half away from you. He's
Okay.
one of the guy that I stopped right before I saw you on my trip, man.
Yeah.
Good old Sam. We got Chuck D in the building. Let's see. Jessica Battles here. Tyler Levi Smith. Yeah, a bunch of us. Jake Van O. I love me some Jake Van O. That dude cracks me up. Adam Hogan is in the building too. Everybody's excited. Anybody has any questions for Jersey Josh, shoot him in the feed, and we will make sure that we get them out to him. Looks like Sean Hart's here as well. So yeah, a bunch of the crew is already excited and ready to go. And I'd say 80 to 90% of the people that are in the chat today are going to be at the show. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Awesome.
It should be a good year. It like I said, that the years that we have like huge crews of people show up, it's always nice meeting people you haven't met before. But when a bunch of the people that you've known for like 10 years show up, it's just like a whole different vibe, you know? It's
I do.
Yeah.
We're gonna be pressure washers at the
And
convention looking over at the WCR booth, and then we're gonna be like Prince in the purple, like the rain or whatever. We're gonna have all the cats just standing around. And
dude, you want to know something cool? We had this is this is every year, but the last huge convention was in Nashville. And one of the other vendors, I've never heard of the vendor, but he comes up and he's standing with these other two guys. He goes, "Hey, I got a question. Super weird. We're vendors. Like, I'm not buying anything, but who are you guys?" I'm like,
Why are you so
like, okay, cool. Like, yeah. He goes, no, I'm asking because everybody here has your clothes on. Like, everybody has hats and shirts and pins and tags and stickers, and like everybody's got your stuff on. Why do they have? Why
everybody?
And we're like, they just like us. They're like, no, but why are they wearing it? Like, we saw people at the airport with your shirts. I'm like, yeah. They're like, why?
Because
I'm
it's
like,
dope.
telling you,
That's
it's
why.
like, I'm wearing Under Armour right now. I don't work for Under Armour. I just like their stuff. It's like a culture thing. I don't know. So it's cool to see like the whole like flooding gates of everybody. Even if they're not talking to us, you see them on the other side wearing WCR stuff. It's cool.
Yeah.
So Deeds, you mentioned something about it last time. You're like, hey, everybody should throw a Squeegee Life towel on the back of their luggage or their backpack, or kind of like a gang, you know, like a
Bloods and Crips
back pocket.
Yeah, he's like, why don't everybody throw their Squeegee Life towel in their back pocket and roll through the airport? That way we all know who's who.
Hold on, though.
Exactly.
Left or right pocket. Like one of them's got to mean something bad. I don't know. That's
it's not like the earring thing from back in the days. Just put it in your pocket. Let everybody know who you are. Represent, baby.
This is going to shock a lot of people, but I don't know gang culture, so I don't know what pocket's the right one. Now that's how to be told.
No.
Oh, that's hilarious. So is there, you know, you're always super busy during these things. You tend to have meetings already scheduled throughout the day when you're not at the booth. Yeah. Are you going to be able to take time to go see any seminars? Is there anybody, or not seminars, classes? No. Is there anybody speaking that you may be interested in? Or are you solely focused in on making sure that you talk to all your clients and your people?
Yeah, that's really the only reason that we're there. I haven't been to an actual class in a very, very long time. I usually turn away even giving classes just because everybody's like, oh, it's a cool little vacation. Like, but when we land, so by the time I land, I'll have maybe an hour of stuff before we have to get rooms. And once we get rooms, then we have to put all of the rooms together. We got to book all in the cards. That's with Alex. Alex is taking care of a lot of that this year too. And then all of the reps start coming in. As reps come in, we got to meet up with them, give them their information for the stuff, you know, schedules and things. So literally from the first minute that we're there, it starts going. We have a manufacturers meeting the first night. The next day at 10, I have another meeting. And then trade show setup's going to start probably by like 11 or 12. That will be down there. We'll set up till 3, go back, try to shower, follow up on all the sales stuff that I missed throughout the day. And then we'll have our rep dinner that night there. Ettore dinners on Thursday. I have 2 more meetings in the morning on Thursday at 10 and 11, I think. So it's like, you know, on this side, we just kind of like run around a lot. I mean, a lot of people go and they're chill and they kind of walk around. That's awesome. But for us, it's just a little bit different. There's just a lot of pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah, Go ahead, Deeds.
I was gonna say, would you say like setting up for this is like the second half of the movie Armageddon with Bruce Willis, where you're all scrambling to get the shit on the rocket and get the rocket to the asteroid and then get the drilling equipment all set up and then drill?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun thing to do because it's nice, especially when we have this many people. Like Mike Nichols, like he's old. He's got to be like pushing 75, 80. I don't remember what he is, but like
86.
looking at him, you could tell he's old. But he helps, he's setting stuff up. He's always bringing us waters and keeping us like set up in the background. And then the reps are doing their stuff. And then Chris is going to come in after we're already set up, of course.
Oh,
and then he's going to tell us what we did wrong. And then we're going to reset up and change the things that he tells us we do wrong. Or we'll at least pretend we do. So then when he leaves, we put it back. But like, there's a lot of the kind of prep stuff. But it's cool. It's fun when we finally do get to sit down from talking, literally from – I mean, we're starting at like 8 because a lot of us will go like, again, the old guys, Mike Nichols, John Lee's always at these things. They go and do coffee in the morning, old people stuff. Yeah. And then from that point on at like 7 in the morning, when you meet up, you're talking to people until literally the end of the day. So like, when we kind of have our meetings ourselves, when they're small, they're like little and it's kind of, separate. And it's kind of our quick hour to like detox on everything. And then we go right back to going crazy until like, wee hours of the morning. So it's fun, but it's fast. Like by the time you're already tearing everything down and you're going home, it's very fast.
Yeah, it's a jam-packed few days. And what I was going to get at earlier is I've seen, like I've watched you from afar do these events and the prep that it goes into it, the amount of meetings that are taking place throughout the day. I'll be cruising around going to do my visit and I'll see you at a table somewhere else, like before the stuff goes on and you're having a meeting with so-and-so. And then 40 minutes later, you're at a different table with so-and-so. And there's always some networking and some business that has to get done. But once that show gets going, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. I blow it up, not blow it up, but a lot of it, when we say meetings, everybody thinks you're sitting there like, Q3, we're in the, like, that's not that, like we go to like, we hang out with Mormon, we're one of Mormon's largest distributors. So, they'll take us out and we'll hang out with Dieter, which everybody knows Dieter, but Dieter's like our guy from them. So we talk shop on the back end stuff, but it's also very kind of just to build that relationship up, a lot of that stuff's really kind of fun we talk to people every day, all day in the new technological era, but to see them in person is just a different thing. So it's fun.
Yeah, it's good to get to know your vendors and your peers and network.
And it does make it makes all the difference in the world to have that interpersonal, communication as opposed to just these video chats and things like that. How have these trade shows, these conventions, how have they evolved over the last 5 to 10 years?
So
have they?
Yeah, so I've been in the game for 20 years or so. That was my first show that I went to. And back then there was no, there was internet, but it was like, not internet, right? So like there was Gary's group and IWCA. That was it. So when you went to an event, it was like, holy cow, look at all this. This is like, so your mindset's different where now you can watch 30 videos that were posted today on stuff, So the idea of it is changing to get your hands on things, but the concept that was the only option was back in the day. And IWCA was it. IWCA has gone through some changes over the years, to say it kind of nice, but they're always changing board people and they don't always know kind of the history of where things are. So unfortunately with that one, you see big changes happen quite often. They kind of don't know the history of themselves. Sometimes I think that's what gets them in the changes that happen. So for that event, it used to be the big event and it's just not the big event anymore, but it is all window cleaners still, which I really like. This year I lied because it's with PWNA, but typically it's only window cleaners. And that's really cool, is because everybody there is exactly what you do versus some of the bigger shows where you go and it's like, what do you do? And they're like, oh, I'm a, Christmas light installer. That's all I do.
Bookkeeping.
Yes. Yeah. And you're like, wait, what?
Paper
ceiling. Some, the AI that was like a year or two ago, it was like 50% of booths were some AI that the people you even talked to couldn't talk. They just say, yes, yes. And you're like, I don't I don't even know why you're here.
Yes.
So
Customer service rep,
yeah,
real
yeah,
person.
yeah. So it's changed a little bit, but I mean, it's still fun. I don't go for the stuff. A lot of people come to see us, which is amazing, but I go to see people. I don't go to see like the booths and who's exhibiting and the classes and all that stuff. So I go to see the people that, and this sounds cheesy, but some of the best friends I have in life are people I've met in window cleaning. So I go to see those people in real life and hang out. And that's kind of for me what I do. So I'm partial to that side of it.
Dude,
Nice.
you just nailed it on the head. You and I have had some conversations over the last, I don't know, 5 years, but more in particular, the last 3 years. And and I've told you this off air personally, and I mean this from the bottom of the heart, from the bottom of my heart. A lot of the growth that I've seen within myself is due in part to, I have to give you props. You're very instrumental in allowing me to feel like myself, like I can be myself, right? I was terrified of being myself. I was terrified of what would others think. I was a lot of things, dude.
Yeah.
The internet can be a scary. You put some shit up there and, some guys want to put you on blast. Some guys want to just talk shit.
What?
And
would that happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Not
right.
the internet. What's the internet for?
But you personally took the time to have a conversation with me at my first show. And I didn't understand what you were telling me to a year later. I got what you were telling me. I heard it, but I didn't take the value and I didn't understand what you were telling me until farther down the road.
Yeah.
And like I said, forever indebted and grateful for you that you took the time. I remember I wanted to chop it up with you like 3 different occasions, but I was too afraid to walk up to you. And I didn't want to bother you during when you were having conversations with other people, but I knew that I needed to talk to you. And after we finally had that conversation, it was whole like weight was lifted off my chest. And I remember going back to my wife and telling her, like, I don't know what just happened, but it felt like, I felt good. Like I kind of knew a direction that I needed to go. And just having that one conversation, it really changed my life. Like I went through the rest of that convention and I still didn't know anybody at that. Kind of been playing like closed doors, just watching from afar, like seeing what everybody was doing. And then I continued to do that for about, but posting more. And I did that for the next year. And then at the next huge, I finally, kind of went out of my comfort zone a little more and made some more friends and met some too over the last 3 to 4 years. And kind of like what you said, some of them are my best friends. And I don't know where I'd be without cats in these rooms, man. Like the Mike Nichols, the Zanes, the Damien, dude. Like Damien has Mark, my co-host. Like last year, he and I went early to the event just so we could kind of hang out, get together, meet each other. And it's all parlayed into different things.
Yeah.
I had no idea in August of February of 2025, I'd be at a different show, meeting a new friend. And then in February of 2026, I'd be co-hosting a morning show in regards to window cleaning and mental health. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, right, dude. It's like, I don't know, man.
It's
all it takes
odd.
Sometimes is to put something in your ear.
Yeah. And it is, it's odd to like, anyway, when you go to a show for the first time, you think it's about the classes. And the people who put on the shows, they want you to think it's about the classes. But it's not about that as much. Classes are cool. I mean, like, that's good. But going in a room of people who know exactly what you know without even saying anything is just a whole different connection. And if you don't talk to people, you lost most of the reason why you even went to the show. You know, that really, really is the problem. I see a lot of people who are like, I went, wasn't that cool? Like, whatever. We were back to our hotel by 5, you did it wrong, you don't know it until you go.
Straight up, you did it wrong. You're doing it wrong, son. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah. But that's, again, you're there's so many, and it's not even about learning. Sometimes people think that like, and I put out a lot of content that's learning, right? That's like, hey, here's a thing.
Yeah.
Here's what I think you should try. Like, do this thing, and you learn a thing. But it's not about that, because people are like, oh yeah, I know it all. Well, okay. So the things that you learn aren't necessarily individual lessons. It's the things that you pick up from just talking to somebody. Like, I found out that it's not okay to hug TJ. Like, I found that out. Like, I don't know how else I would have known that, right? But I found that out by doing it. But in the other side, it's like all the things you find in the human connection of somebody else who's got a business is just nuances in how they talk to people and just little weird things that you pick up. That's not like nobody taught you a lesson. You were hanging out at some bar or restaurant with a bunch of people and somebody said something like, dang, that's really cool. It's not a lesson. It just accidentally was in conversation. If you don't talk to people, you miss that. That's your biggest loss, I think.
It's something as stupid as sit next to a guy and have him answering the phone as a business call.
Yeah.
Like, answering it like, hello, Mr. Express Washing. How can I help you? Like, the way they carry just those little things that you're going to pick up on the side or whatever. Those are all juicy tidbits of stuff that can help you grow your business by emulating and watching others. So that's half the fun.
And for the most part, you can't just go and like run up to another business like, hey, I want to sit and shadow you all day. They're like, what? No, get out of here. But like, this is the dog park. Like, nobody gets mad because it's a neutral territory. It's, if you bring a dog into your backyard with your dog's probably going to fight it because it's like, this is my house. I'm not telling you nothing. But then you go to these events and everybody's like, oh yeah, this is how much I charge per job. Look at this one. This is what I did on this. Yeah. And it's a dog park. You bring your dog to the dog park and they all play fine together because it's nobody's like territory, you learn so much more that way.
Yeah, the more Jack and Cokes you buy your buddies, the more information they can give you.
That's right. Yes.
Keep them lubricated.
Yeah. The first event, I'm not even mention who he is, but I see him every year. But the first event I ever went to, no, this wasn't the first one. One of the first ones. There was a window cleaner that was passed out in front of one of the hotels. This was in Florida. And he was like passed out and then he would kind of come to. It wasn't you. Yeah.
It wasn't me.
No. And he'd kind of like come to and he'd be like, and just like sit there. We're like, are you here at this hotel? And then I was like, I think I know. Like, he looks familiar. I can't remember his name, And after about 45 minutes with security and then the cop showed up and we found out he wasn't even at that hotel. He was just kind of like lost. But that was the first time I met this particular person. I know right now the name of his company. I know who he is. Like, we go to kind of let off steam and he's an awesome guy. And that whole thing is like, okay, like he was feeling comfortable with everybody else. And that's kind of what happened. It's one of those things where you don't see that all the time with business owners because everybody's trying to like, my poop doesn't stink and I'm this guy. And it's a measuring concept.
It wasn't Dan Plata because he wasn't like passed out on a cooler filled with beers. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, we did have a keg one time at. We used to bring kegs. This happened a couple years. We'd have WCR glasses, and then we'd have kegs of beer. And then apparently they don't like that laws, so we couldn't do it anymore. But the hotel was cool. They're like, yeah, just as long as you don't charge people for it. Like, we put it on like the bridge, the Gaylord. When you walk across the bar, we're just giving people free beers outside their bar. They're like, yeah, it's fine, whatever, cool.
That's outstanding. Awesome. And that just for other people, that bridge is magical. That's the bridge where you and I have conversations. Like, I'm telling you, man, that I'm from the Gaylord to a new event. And actually, I guess the hugest Gaylord but for me, that place is always going to hold a special place in my heart. I met some of the most wonderful people in my life there, and it'll be fun to go to a new place. But like I said, it'll always hold a special place in my heart.
What you have to do too, I think, is like you said, is like when you see people, because again, some people do media, some people are commenting, like Adam and Jessica and all these people who like post comments. They're in everything, but you've maybe not met them in real life. Maybe I have. I'm awful at remembering that. But like those type of things is just to have somebody stop, and even everywhere. I mean, like, this sounds super corny, I get it, but even at airports, we travel, like the reps sometimes we'll like, I'm out of Charlotte, so that's like a hub. So when people go in, then we can kind of go and we'll be on the second flight, right? If they're doing joint ones. And people will stop you in the hotel or they'll stop you in the airport. They'll be like, dude, what's up? Like, and then they'll say their name. And that little thing, which doesn't sound absurd to anybody else, is like, oh my gosh, what's up, man? Yeah, like I'll know the
Yeah.
name, but I can't put a face to it. So even when you're at these events and people just stop you, you're in the middle of a conversation, like, "What's up, man? Hey, it's Adam." You know, I'm like, "Hey, like,
Yeah.
dude." That part of it is really the reason why we go. And then there's so many times where people are like, "I saw you, but you were too busy. You know, we didn't want to say hi or whatever." It's like we're busy because that's what we do at these things, you know. And if you don't say hi to people, then what are we going to wait till next year again for hopefully a free time? So, yeah, that's the cool part of it.
Speaking of Adam, Adam is great. He when Mark and I we left at the huge, I don't know, like the first morning. We're early risers, obviously, so we're out cruising around, and Adam like saw us coming around the corner, and you're exactly right. I too recognize names because I don't always necessarily go like creep out and like deep dive on people's personal profile pages or whatever, unless we've had lots of interaction. But like as soon as someone says their name, then I'm like, oh shit! Like I don't see their profile picture, so I don't know who's,
Yeah.
I mean. But then as soon as then you're like, oh dang. So yeah. But Zero wants to know our trade shows how you met Steve-O the window cleaner.
Probably
like personally for the first time.
Probably. I've known Steve for like a really long time. I mean, that was probably 10, 12 years ago. I would guess that was probably the first time that I met him was actually at one of the shows. He was probably too cool to talk to me though. You know, like I get it.
I doubt it.
He probably was. He was like, "Oh, look at you combing your hair." And he doesn't like that. But probably a lot of these people it was actually funny, not a Steve story, but one of my friends who's not as big in kind of the talk, his name was Seth, and his profile picture was him eating this like giant bacon. It was like a pound of bacon on a sandwich. He was like eating that. That was his picture.
Yeah.
And we'd be hanging out at the shows or whatever, and people go, but they're like, "Oh, you're the sandwich guy." And they knew him from his profile picture. So
oh my God.
That's probably where like Steve came in and is like, "Oh, you're that one guy with like the unicorn tattoo." I don't know. Probably met him there though.
Oh my goodness gracious. So the events that you were talking about in setting up and doing all that stuff, I wanted to remind you, because I know sometimes I need to remind you of Thursday morning sticker exchange and coffee. We're going to be hosting a coffee and sticker exchange. Don't know where yet, but Thursday morning, probably between 6:30 and 7:30. I don't know, however long it runs. But no, not 6-7, between 6:30 and 7:30, probably. I don't know. Depends on how early we get up, but we'll let you guys all know. But we would love to see you there, Jersey. I know you have some really cool stickers. Excuse me. Are you going to bring any cool kid stickers? You going to bring any fun swag? I know that's what the people really want to know.
I know. Well, I always bring a bunch of like sticker sheet stuff just because we do overprints on everything anyway, just because people always want the stickers afterwards. So I'll have a bunch of those sticker sheets that even if I don't make that, maybe we'll meet up and I'll give them some so you can like, give them away at the sticker thing. But I get more stickers from people. My background, actually now it's just a painted black wall, but this is to be like a green screen. And it was because I have a sticker wall that I had and it was awesome. And it was a really kind of catchy thing that I had done for a very long time. And people would give me stickers of theirs to put on the wall. So I have like dozens of different window cleaning companies stickers on the wall. And I think that's super cool. I used to do that with shirts too, like back in the Mullen Jersey days, is people would send in their shirts. And then every episode I would wear a different like window cleaning shirt from a different company, Nice. Yeah, I love that part of it.
Yeah, it is pretty fun. And I think so. I don't remember how or why this whole sticker exchange thing came up, but I'm really glad that we're doing it. I think it'll be fun. It's a great concept. I'm going to purchase a new bucket just for stickers from this, can use as my maybe daily driver or maybe just keep it as like a commemorative piece in my shed.
Nice.
Like, I think it'll be fun. I know that there's a bunch of cool stuff coming out. Deeds and I made a couple of different versions of stickers that we wanted to do. And I know Sean's bringing some fun stuff. Freedom Window Cleaning's bringing some gear. I hope everybody's bringing some fun stickers. And just to, make it fun, keep it light and, just, I don't know. It should be a good time.
We do that with the magazine every like once or twice a year. We'll do submit your logo and we make it into stickers. And the idea was originally was they're small. So like people have buckets and they'll have window cleaning companies from all over the country on their bucket.
That's
because
what I
we
want.
put their logo on the stickers. And if they get the stickers, they kind of do that. We ran into a digitizing side where we have to vector everything for stickers. And a lot of people's logos are like gradients and stuff, and it's harder. So, we'll get like, 100 stickers in, and instead of running a vector pen tool, trying to go through everything, some of them are a little bit specific, but I always thought that concept was cool. Like you drive through the national parks and you put the little sticker on your car, or like the states that you've been visited, I just think
they're done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's fun too to pay homage to your homies. Like I remember when I went out and did my trip and I met Sam out of Winston-Salem, and he threw me a Shield and Shine sticker and a hat, and it's a tip of the cap. You know what I mean? It's like yeah, man, Jason Rains, Groovy Bubbles sent me some stickers. I got some Window Guy stickers, Zane, it's like literally it's a tip of the cap. Like, yo, man, I see you. I recognize your game. I recognize your hustle. I appreciate what you're doing. Kudos. It's one way that we can say thank you and what's up to our homies, especially when we're shooting content, videos, pictures, stills, things like that. I think it's a fun way to do it. So, Deeds, what do you got on that bucket?
Oh, I've got a couple. I've got like Elite Window Cleaning.
Yeah, that's Mike Matthews, our homie.
Freedom. I got this guy here. It's Freak Free AZ.
Look at that ding dong.
Groovy Bubbles.
Groovy Bubbles in the casa. Nice. He popped in earlier. He said, "What's up?" Real quick, I wanted to say today we mentioned Justice from Zero earlier. Today is his 1-year anniversary birthday being at Zero, and what better way to celebrate that than knowing? Oh, and the Justice is on his way next week, and will be joining us at the party. Man, it's going to be a good time.
I am not here to kiss anybody's butt, but that dude, the stuff that he makes, he is like so freaking talented. It's insane. It's insane.
So you're absolutely right. And I had the luxury and the honor of hanging out with he and Tiana and Brandon and Kaylee for about 3 days when I was there. And you know how I mentioned about you made me feel comfortable enough to be myself?
Yeah.
I was shooting some promo stuff, and the 4 of them, they had wonderful ideas. Obviously, they're bright, they're smart, funny, and their ideas were very quick, inspiring. But the one thing that they did was they were, how do I say, like, not unassuming, but like the requests that they were making were like, hey, we're gonna do this fun. So it didn't feel like there was no stress, there was no pressure on me. It was like, get it out. You know what I mean? So a lot of the stuff that we did was like one takes.
It was a sassy snap you just did. Like, I hope everybody admires that.
Yeah.
You gotta work it.
Please don't make that part of the AI content.
If anybody wants to clip that, send it to me. Jersey@wondercleaner.com.
2 steps in emotion. Oh man. But yeah, Justice, man, he and the whole crew at Team Zero are what helped make the brand what it is. The product obviously is stellar and the best out there, but the way that it gets distributed, the information gets distributed and put out there for us, it is awesome. A lot of due to thanks to Team Zero, Sean and TJ, and the stuff that they're putting out these days. So
isn't it crazy when you were there though to see how many people are actually behind the scenes?
It was bizarre. It was it was amazing, but the reason I say bizarre is because of how efficient, how quiet, how dialed in everything was and is. It made me, I've worked in warehouses before. I've done picking and packing. I was a delivery driver. I've done all of that stuff that those guys and gals are doing over in the office, but to see it done so effectively and efficiently and so quietly it blew my mind. Like, how can all of this shit be happening in such a quiet, peaceful demeanor? Like,
I'll give you a fun little set of information that another company, and this is not me hating on other companies at all, but another company who we know their sales, by the way, they do what we do in a busy Monday, their entire month. We we only hear horror stories. So obviously there's lots of times they kind of do, good, but somebody waited 3 weeks for part of their order. And in our head, it's like, well, I get that. I mean, like, we're fast. That's fine. But like, what is happening behind the scenes that it took that long to take a piece of paper, pull the stuff off the shelf, put it in a box? What we do, why everything is so stinking like dialed in, is because we can get so many pieces out and done instantly, is because every little bee in the hive kind of works. And in the peak season, we had, I think, 88 people working with us last year.
Yeah.
Not including
when I was there, it was 86.
Yeah. So you're like looking at it like, oh, on the front end, it's like, oh, Alex is there at the warehouse and he's like pulling stuff out. You always see him, with like papers and stuff. And you're like, oh, he's the guy who does it. And it's like, no. I mean, yes, he does, but like him and a bunch of other people, there's just people that only do restock. There's people that do, only do video content. There's guys that do only graphics. Justin's job, he's been with us for 10 years, I think now. He just had his anniversary. All he does every day is graphics for us. That's it. That's all he's done for 10 years. Like,
terrible.
To do as much things as that's out there, it takes like a kind of a huge symphony,
So Zero posted in the chat, they're like, yeah, it's quiet and peaceful till Sean Hart shows up. So when I walk in, so that's exactly how I felt. I walked in. I wasn't supposed to be there, I don't think, until the following day, but I was super excited. I took a red eye. I drove from Jersey to New York, or LaGuardia. I don't know what airport I flew into, but I drove from Jersey to New York. And instead of checking in my hotel, I went straight to the warehouse, right? And I like, hey, and then I walk in and I'm like, I thought I was going to be sick that whole flight. And I was so nervous and anxious, but overtired too. But I was so like, I'm boisterous normally anyways. And like, I start talking and I can hear my voice like echoing all over the place. And I'm looking around like, is it always this quiet? Do I need to like turn it down about 6 notches? And they're like, no, you're okay. We're used to Sean, so you'll be all right. And I was like, and I hadn't met Sean personally yet, but I had only seen his videos. And then I totally got it. I was like, okay, so Sean and I are basically the same when it comes to volume and energy and So
Sean's shoes are louder than anybody else in the warehouse typically.
Yeah, I got it.
Now, funny story on this one. A particular person that I won't mention as soon as I say, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the first time I was ever at the warehouse, I'm like there, like talking to people and like, learning, getting everything there. And this particular person comes over and they set a book open to a page. And it was like something about like, how being quiet is winning or something. And it was a whole like book. He opened the chapter and just set it down and walked away. And I was like, got it. I'll be quiet.
How funny. When is the last time you were out there?
I go once a year. I'll be out there in what day is it today? The 10th. So like April, beginning of April. So like I'll be back, first week of April, something like that. But I only usually go like once a year because we want to go on busy days. We end up doing like a warehouse tour, Steve and I. And it's fun to see it kind of chronologue through the years, that's not a word, chronologue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we go once, but then once we get into season, we're so busy that it's like, well, we can't just like burn, even if it's 3 days to kind of go out, it's really tricky for us to do what we do like in an airport. So yeah, we go out once usually before season goes, but trying to be busy enough that we can get some good footage too,
Yeah. What is your ideas on what are some fun things that Sorbo may be doing in the next 6 months to 1 year? I know that without giving out too much stuff, and I don't mean to change complete topics or anything like that, but everybody is on the Sorbo kick. I mean, it's a great brand. It always has been, but now that Chris and Alex you guys are behind it, what can we expect to see?
Yeah. So real quick on a 10-second history, Sorbo himself was an engineer. He designed things. He loved to tinker. He made everything. That was him. He wasn't as focused on the marketing, right?
Yeah.
So people now are like, oh yeah, everybody's talking Sorbo. It's like everybody used Sorbo and loves Sorbo, but nobody talks Sorbo because it just wasn't in their wheelhouse for the advertising. Our wheelhouse is advertising. So we get to kind of continue to do everything it is. We get to make an actual American product that is as good as it's ever been still, and we get to continue a lot of like the cool things like limited edition channels. Like that is something we really want to continue doing, limited edition stuff in general. We could take a brand that's been awesome, but also now make it cool. So you're going to see a lot more kind of tailored fun things from the brand on top of just like making really good stuff. And that's kind of the fun thing is you get to take a brand that everybody knows of, but kind of it's just there to kind of being a brand that now everybody talks about, which is fantastic. So I mean, products right now, we're just trying to keep, everything, the merge or the thing. There's so many back end stuff that people don't know about, trying to like get it back into what we're doing and then implement it into kind of how we do everything. And we're probably a good, 6 months away before that feels comfortable. And then we're going to get back into the fun stuff. So
nice. I can't wait to see everybody's reaction when they get this handle in their hands on Wednesday or Thursday. It is going to be stellar. I can't wait to see the photos. I can't wait to see people's reactions. You know what I want to see? I want to see Chris and Alex's face when other people see it. That's all the stuff, all of the nice things that those two guys have done for Mark and myself. To see them be able to get some kind of, I want to see their reaction. Like it'll be like the proud papa moment. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, everybody's digging this. Well, and I want to give a shout out to Damien real quick, because he says, been on it, not jumping in, love Sorbo. And Damien and I are, we go back a little bit, and he and I have both been banging that Sorbo for a hot minute. And he's right. Gotta love that product. But I would love to be able to get a camera on Chris and Alex when they're handing out those handles, because I really think that their reaction will be almost as cool, if not better, than than our reaction or the client's reaction. You know what I mean?
Sanders. I think it was Emmett Smith. No. Deion Sanders, one of the old legends. His dad told him, he says, act like you've been there before. Yeah. Right. So that's stoicism and kind of in the back end thing. Realistically, Chris and Alex are ecstatic for everything that is kind of going on in the industry and things that they've had parts of, but genuinely, they're really doing it for themselves. So even if they're not like, excited, they're doing stuff like all of the things that have been done in the past and all of like the exceptions and all the people that are happy and all of the things are just genuinely because they want to kind of put that back into the universe. I mean, realistically. Yeah. So, to say that, I think that's awesome, but they really just genuinely don't do that. There's like, we're such a little piece to the puzzle, but like, what can we do to really genuinely make somebody's day better or make them happy? Or, when you see all these people who are like, WCR blew me away, this thing happened in something they did. It's not, we've never told anybody that stuff because it's on the back end, but we just genuinely want to make somebody's experience better. That's where all this other stuff comes in, like the handles and everything else. It's going to be amazing, but it's genuinely just to create something cool for people to enjoy. And we get enjoyment ourselves out of that, but it sounds really corny because that's what every company says, Coca-Cola's here for your smile. They're not.
So I'm going to second that motion. I agree 100% wholeheartedly. As someone who has personally been affected by their generosity and I've seen the honesty, I've seen the integrity, I've seen the care that those two dudes like put into what it is that they do. And if you're exactly right, it is because they're givers. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's giving back to the people that give to them. It's a cyclical thing. Yeah. And I think if more of us kind of, we've used the term corny quite a few times today, but not to sound corny, like, it's because they care. It's because they want to do what's right for our.
But when you're frozen on my side, so maybe you're talking to my internet's messed up.
Sorry about that.
I think he's back. I
saying
didn't mean to interrupt you if you were still talking, but what I was saying is that, you know, to be in a position to be able to do stuff for people is kind of, I mean, that's realistically why you do what you do. Like, you know, like it just genuinely it allows you. It's like if you were to win, you know, $300 million in the lottery, I'm guessing some of that money would go to other things, like giving it to people that you know, and people you know are having a hard, like, to be able to do that, you have to get to the point to be able to do that. And it's there's an adage that says giving somebody $1,000 or giving somebody $20, the value of that depends on what's in your wallet. If you only have $20 and you give somebody $20, that $20 is more valuable than if you have $1 million in your wallet and you give them $1,000. So being able to kind of have people buy from us, which gives us the assets to then give away, you know, free gifts and giveaways and all this other cool stuff. It's the whole circle, but that's part of it, you know?
Yeah. And so just that giving mentality is so awesome. You know, I don't read very often. I don't read books very often. It's not my jam anymore. I was a voracious reader for a long time. I feel like I've dedicated my time to other things in the last 7 to 10 years. But somebody recently gave me a book. Our friend Sid Graff from The Huge sent me a book. It's called The Go-Giver. And it is, have you read it?
I have not.
Okay, so it's basically a concept on giving stuff away, whether it be your time, your energy, your focus. But when you do things like that out of the kindness of your heart, it's reciprocated.
Yeah.
And it's what we're talking about a little bit about Chris and Alex, but I've been trying to do that in my life for the last few years. And I feel like getting that book from Sid and then also reading it when I did read it, because I haven't picked up a book in a long time, it was exactly what I needed it at the exact right time to just remind me to keep paying it forward.
Yeah.
And when we do that, we are generally successful, whether we realize it or not. Do you agree with that?
Zig Ziglar said it. He said, if you want to get everything you want in life, give somebody everything that they want in life, you know?
The Go-Giver.
The Go-Giver. Oh, yeah, it's a great one. Deez, I told you about it, and
yeah, you've got the book, but I might download it and listen to it this week.
Sid sent it, and I was like, "What is he sending me?" Like, of course, I didn't read the back or the front yet, anyways. But I figured if he was sending me something, I should at least take the time to read it, because it is also another one of these cats that is extremely important to me in my growth as a business owner, as a man, as a husband, as a dad. Like, I take what you guys say as serious business, because you guys have been there. You've done that. You've excelled. You've helped other people. So I try all of your little grains of advice and pearls of wisdom to heart and try to implement them into my day-to-day lives. So, you know, take it for what it's worth, but you're one of those guys too, Jersey, that I just love listening to. You have this knack about you too, to where you've got your hands in all sorts of cookie jars. You have your feelers out there. You know what's going on in the, you give back to the community. And that's one thing that I've always cared and appreciated. What do you got planned for the rest of the week?
It's fun. Yeah, this week I'm just ready to stop being cold. So, you know, with this weather change, we're going to be quite busy here. But with me being gone, I have 2 podcasts that I have to record before, and then we got some magazine stuff, and stickers are due. I got to design the rest of those. I mean, we're busy to, you know, whatever. It's what we do. But as we get busier in sales, you see a lot of the other stuff that we try to do kind of fizzle down, because I literally talk to hundreds of window cleaners a week. Like, people are like, no, you don't. I'm like, yeah, I yesterday was a slow day. And I talked to like 27 different people on text alone. Like, you know, I talked to quite a lot of people, you know, but as that ramps up, all of a sudden it starts stacking up, and then you're like an hour behind of responding to people. And then, but that's what we do. I mean, we're either feast or famine kind of thing, you know?
I saw your phone when I was in Carolina, and you and I had that birria or taco joint or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, what is your what is a day like for you? And you showed me your freaking phone, dude, and the amount of minutes and conversations that you had that particular day. I was just blown away. Like, what in the hell do you like? Seriously, it is insane the amount of people that reach out to you, the amount of contacts that you have, the amount of phone calls and texts that you need to make in a day is insane. So, props to you.
Yeah, it's the reason I have the headphone dent. That's from my headphone. For phone, not for video games. So yeah.
Gamer? Are you a gamer? Do you?
Yes. Game? Yeah. I do. I do PS5. Yeah, I play.
Got it.
That's my dumb ADD brain has to be doing lots of things at one time. So yeah.
Are you looking forward to the Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out eventually?
I don't believe that's ever coming out. I'm still on the fence with that one because they've been talking about it for years, but it's a $2 billion game that they spent to produce, and they're going to have to make that money back. So it's probably going to be a pay platform, but I'm going to absolutely get it as soon as it comes out.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've got.
Hey, you mentioned something. Go ahead, Deeds.
Well, I said my son's got a PS5. He's 11, and he's not going to be playing that game, but Dad might download that one.
Yeah, that's Dad's game there. Yeah,
I've waited 10 years for this damn thing. Give it to me.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, you mentioned AWC Mag. You've been linked with American Window Cleaner Magazine for how long now?
Yeah, so I got that 4 years ago. We bought that from Draper, and did a bunch of changes. Kind of now, you've seen like the style change now twice, and really, really kind of happy where that's at now. So. Just another kind of platform that, the idea was, in podcasting and everything else, it's like, what other forms of media can we have to kind of, put out information and maybe be able to connect to people. So it's been a fun ride for sure.
Yeah. It has. And, thanked you before about giving me your time, being generous with it. And, I told that story about what it is that you've meant to me, but I'd like to say something else too. That conversation that you and I were having on that bridge, I had no idea that you were a part of a magazine in my head. So at that point too, I hadn't done a bunch of research on window cleaning celebrities or salespeople or whatever it is. So I just figured you were some sales dude, right? I had no idea. After our conversation a few months down the road, I was featured on First Friday. I don't know if you guys are still doing that anymore. Like a little shout out to window cleaners. And, I am a single operator owner. And to get a shout out from a window cleaning publication online, I felt like, wow, how did this happen? This is really cool. They know who I am. I didn't know it was you. Like, what the fuck? I was like, this is really cool. It was like 6 months down the road. This is really neat, and to be able to be on the cover later on down the road was really awesome. At that point, still, I didn't know in all of this. And then to be given an opportunity to write for a magazine, to our craft and our industry was probably what I am thankful for most from on your behalf, because it really truly gave me a voice that I didn't understand, that I allowed me to tie in other aspects of things that I wanted to do in my life. And you gave me a different avenue to fulfill more of what it is that I was searching for. I had no idea that I was really in need of that. So that in particular, I am so grateful to you. And the magazine is something that is great for beginner to expert when it comes to window cleaning. And I think that everybody should go out, get yourself a subscription. You'll get some wonderful content. You'll get to meet more of industry. And it's just a great read. So go out and get yourself a subscription. I don't know if Lacey's on or not in the chat, but we'll put the link in the chat for don't have a subscription. You know, Jersey, if you want to throw in a for anybody, you can do that too. But go ahead and start wrapping up because I know you have to get going. But anything on sale that you want to throw out there too, still 20% off, right?
It is, yeah. So Zero is still 20% off, and I don't know when that's ending. It was supposed to end, and it was supposed to end, and then we were going to end it, and then it was supposed to end, but it's still here. So if anybody needs anything Zero systems or even brushes, yeah, everything is on sale. Just give me a shout.
Shoot your phone number out there in case people.
Zero. They got a sale on the Sil brush. Don't sleep on it. It's great for French pains. Get the smaller one. It'll knock it out. And it's like my new favorite tool here.
Yeah. My number directs 862-312-2026. And yeah, Sil brush, we have that. That Sil brush, I believe, is now a free gift too. So if you're on WCR and you're buying other things that aren't Zero, we can do free gifts with that too. So it's just cool to be able to bring stuff that's a little bit different to market or better or something to put out there. So it's fun, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you did because it works wonders for me.
Again, 862 what?
Yeah. 862-312-2026 is my number.
2026. Get at Jersey. There's the number. At IWCA, Nick Anderson. A lot of people are chiming. I know Corey Klimas wanted to get down on some laser tag. Would you be down for some laser tag, Jers?
Man, I would love that. Timing is of the essence of the show, so I don't know that I'd be able to sneak away, but keep me in the loop on the times. I might be able to somehow pull it, you know.
I'm going to keep bugging you about the sticker exchange. I hope you can make it. Come pick up some free coffee. What is your drink of choice in the mornings?
Sorry, say that again. My phone went off.
Yeah, everyone gives your text number. And it's like
I put your phone number in the text and it's blowing up. That works. I forget even what I asked now.
Well, I do have one thing to say.
Sorry.
If you're going to be at IWCA and you see me, I'm always with Steve-O. Please pretend to know me and pretend not to know Steve-O. We do that every year, and it's hilarious because people will go up and they'll like, Jersey, what's up? And then they go, oh, hey, nice to meet you. What's your name? And they'll you know, and they know who Steve is, but it's just this fun thing that we do back and forth. So do that.
That'll be great. You know, one thing that I would wish that I kind of wish that there was casino at the in this year, kind of like how there was last year. Watching you and Steve at the table was a hoot, and then getting to kind of pick your brains a lot of fun. I'm sure I'll be able to get away with some of those questions at this event, but there will be less liquor and a little card games involved. So I don't know if it's been a while since you've been on the show, and we've kind of changed a little bit as we wrap up. But what we is we try to give you a couple minutes to say shout outs to anybody that you'd like to, anybody you want to give a shout out to, Jers.
Man, everybody who orders from me. It sounds, again, I always say corny because some people know that we're real. Like when we say this, and some people are like, oh yeah. Like I get that all the time. People that don't know me, and they're like, of course you'd say that, you're a salesman. So take it with a grain of salt. But realistically, there are so many people who take their time to send something to me and be like, yo, I need to place an order. And yes, I talk about saving people time and being easy and all that, but it really takes somebody in their brain to do that. And I just appreciate that. It's the reason I exist and continue to buy hair gel. So thank you.
Dude, Deeds, who you got?
Just thanks, Jersey, for coming on this morning. It's a treat, and I'll see you next week at the IWCA Elevate Conference. Thanks for everybody for watching. Thanks you, Jason, for all your support and everything. Thanks, Kylie, for everything she does behind the scenes. Chris and Alex, our sponsors. Thank you guys. You guys are what makes it rock. And yeah, just a shout out to everybody. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it.
I would love to give a shout out to my wife. She's been like big 7 medications. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And you know what? She took my son to a physical therapy appointment at 30 in the morning. And she did that so I could be here with you guys. And she's going to come. I go right back to sleep. But to be able to be here with you guys and know that my wife is sick as a dog and still taking my kid to a doctor appointment, she's a fucking gangster. I appreciate, and I gotta go. I already went and got her coffee, but I need to do something else. So today I better come up with something big because she is the boss.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
I want to thank. I know, and I better not slip, or I'll get. I want to thank AWC Mag, Lacey. She has been a just a awesome person to lean on. I try to reach out to her every couple of weeks. Yeah, there's the Mag. There's the Mag. Our buddy Chris Eckstein on the cover. Freedom, what a good dude. I'm so happy to see that he's gracing the cover with that beautiful flag. I'll give a shout out to as Deeds mentioned, Alex and Chris, the team at Team Zero. This Brandon, Tiana with Sorbo, Sean Hart and TJ. If you guys have any orders, you can plug those through, whatever. Just get with your rep. If you don't have, get dialed in, buddy. Next week, Friday, our buddies, Mark Tan and Goss, are going to join us. I'm not sure if Mark's going to show us a rundown of the skid mark. That's kind of, we'll also talk with Damien about how he likes using it. For those of you who aren't going to be able to make it to the convention, that way you see what it's like firsthand. And I don't know, man, we're just having a good time. We appreciate you guys joining us. Jersey, I know it's early, but dude, you're the fucking man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you for all you do for our community. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Deeds.
Change your rivers, everybody. Change them. And soon change your resin.
Change your resin. Buy some of that stuff too if you need it. I hope everybody's passion bucket's full. And if it's not full by Friday, come Eastern. Mark Tanner, Damian are going to join us. And by the end, if your passion bucket's not full, then it's on you. You're doing something wrong. Shout. Peace out. Stay up, stay gold.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Have a good morning.
Woo!
Cheers.